You might be seeing this Friday afternoon. You might see this Saturday morning. I don't know when, because yesterday my video came up Thursday afternoon. Now, I almost published it like that, but then I went back and corrected it and scheduled it for Friday morning, like normal, 2:30 my time. I don't know what happened. It still came up in the afternoon. We're just going to skip over technical difficulties, okay? Pretend like they don't happen. But look at this. This is the first 2 pages. The tiers are on the bottom, and then I put yesterday's on top and lightened them both. This would be kind of cool on vellum. Ooh. Melinda, I think one of you guys said incense. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea from the 70s. Yeah. Anyhow, I just thought that was cool. And I made a cover on the Procreate. I think it's going to be, and this came within 24 hours. So I should have enough glue for a while. I think a glue stick averages about 2 weeks or so for me, especially if I leave the lid on at night. It lasts a little longer. Funny how that works. Ugh. But, all right, let's see if I did this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Rays of fun. I love that. I love that, because that's what I want to do. Focus on the fun. When there's no fun happening in the world, although I had some great fun this morning. Great fun. Even though our little dog is under the weather. We think he's just eaten something. But he's working it out, but he was sick a lot overnight, the night before last. He was sick a couple times in the middle of the night this time, but we were able to catch him. And he's just been puny, but he's working it out. He's a little bit more chipper this morning than he was yesterday. So we don't think he needs to go to the vet. He probably ate something. And there's so much pollen. Although our pollen is about done, but there's still stuff that's still just now coming out. So he needs to stop eating stuff. We're watching him in case he needs to go to the vet, but hopefully we don't have to take him to the vet. But I had a treat this morning. I think I'm going to branch out today. There's one in here that I really love. Well, I love them all, but this one I think is incredible. I think I've already done this one time. Or I just played with it on Procreate. I can't remember. But it does have like a black underlying thing happening here. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that. There's a branch in one of the trees that's down by the water that's got no growth on most of it except at the very end. These are pine trees. And for years, birds have landed there. It's right. It hangs over the water. The heron hangs out up there. I think I did do this one already, but I'm going to try it again. Or I just did it on Procreate, maybe. The heron hangs out there. A lot of birds hang out there. But an osprey was eating a fish up there for like 20 minutes. And I got long enough so I could get binoculars and watch him. That fish was about as long as his body. But by the time he left, he had gotten the entire head down, and below like the main section of gills, all of that was gone. And he balanced on that branch with one of his talons. The other talon had the fish in it, and he was kind of teetering back and forth like he had a loose grip with a couple of his talons around the branch, but he was basically holding the fish. And at first I thought the fish was still alive because I could see it wobbling a little bit. But I'm like, no, he's just, teetering here on his balance. It was amazing. Like, oh my gosh. He was, and every once in a while he made noise, which is, a wild noise. They're kind of prehistoric sounding too, kind of like a, when the herons take off, they make a prehistoric noise. I think it sounds prehistoric. And blue. These are bigger pieces. I might do 2 today. At one time I thought he flew off, but then I was like, no, he's still there. But I was spying on him through my binoculars. He was definitely beautiful. But those talons are wicked. Don't ever argue with one of those dudes. Those talons will hurt you. Oh, here's blue. But that's heavy, heavy cardstock. Maybe even mixed media. This is super heavy. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to try. The poor Gunny, his oh, and I said yesterday that we got him a muzzle. We found a separate different kind of muzzle. Guess what it's called? Baskerville, like Hounds of Baskerville. And it is a basket, but it's big enough that they're not scrunched, and they can eat treats, and they can drink water, and they just can't, get their head. And it's, you definitely, we got the smallest one they make, but you definitely, because they're geared for like pit bulls and stuff, not Havanese that are vicious at times, unpredictable. But, okay, now I need red. But, he's been eating treats out of it. He's making friends with it slowly. But all that's on the wayside because he's really not eating. He licked his dog food container, just the top of it, some juice off of it yesterday. And he would not eat treats. You know he's not feeling good if he doesn't eat treats. Some of these are multicolored, obviously. But I'm kind of okay with some of that. This would make a pretty quilt, too. Ooh, I might need to cut that down a little bit. A little bit more. Kind of don't want these guys going in the same direction. Or the same angles. I'm going off script a little. And then there's kind of a cream paper over here. But I don't know if I have anything like that. Ooh, I have this. No, that's too close. Let's see. Oh, what's this? This is one I scrunched up. I wonder how that's going to look. Now I am going off script. But I just noticed something. This does not have a hole, but it has blue. now. It looks kind of like a mask. 2 eyeballs, a nose. I kind of like that. Okay, this definitely has to be trimmed down. Everybody slide over a little bit. Okay, this cannot be on the fold. That's going to be too much. There. Ah, I kind of like that. Okay, this one's super thick. Let's start with these 3 up top. So yeah, I spied on an osprey this morning. And that was kind of cool. I heard him before I saw him. Because they are quite prehistoric sounding. Well, they're whiny. For a bird of prey, they are very whiny. I might have to have some of this over the fold, but I'm going to cut it. I love that because this is the same shape, sort of, in the same family. Well, he's barking at my husband to make sure he doesn't go down the drain in the shower. Until he steps in the shower, he barks. And then he's like, okay, you can go in now. Gunner. That he wasn't doing even yesterday. Okay. I think I'm going to put some tape on the right here because that's thick watercolor paper. And that could be very problematic in a day or two with more pages done. There, I feel better about that. This needs a little bit more. Oh, I love that. Don't get glue on your book, lady. I just noticed, oh no, this was number 36. I just noticed something. I'm almost, drawer sticking out. Okay, so here's I can't get a whole shot of the book. That's pretty much the whole page right there. Here's mine. I like that. That's weird looking. But it provides to me enough interest. And I think these shapes... Oh, I even just now see this too. This was on my paper. This was an embedded jelly print. Because this and this are two different pieces of paper. And then I tore something out there. So I have this U shape, and here's a U shape upside down. But these guys, these amoeba shapes, are all kind of the same. And that was serendipity. I'm going to try another one. I need an easy one. Not easy, but easy, less pieces. Okay, here's some more of his wall of power. What did he call it? Wall of power? What did I say it was? Wall of sound. Wall of sound. Yeah, wall of sound. He did this in 2015 and just compiled all these. And he died in 2015. So I don't know, maybe it was something that was on his wall. And the friend that wrote this book just took it down. Let's see. Oh, I love the California one. Maybe I'll do that one. This guy right here. There's blue in it, like a sky or ocean, a sun, and CA. Okay. Where's my clip? I lost it. There it is. Okay. All right. Kind of like a tan. Almost like a roll of paper tan. No, that's one that's not even open yet. I think tomorrow I might make some stamps. Kind of like the teardrop shape. And maybe the, like, for lack of a better word, the TV screen shape. The rounded square. I keep losing it. There it is. Okay. This goes over. I have to get, it does a lot of smooth edges. That's something I haven't done in a while. This is my painter's roll. That probably is made in China and I can't get it. I think one has a label on it. Oh, it says made in USA. This one is, this brand, Tremico. Masking paper. But it does have two French labels on it. It says made in USA. North Carolina. How about that? Okay. But you can see my glue stick lines. Okay, blue. I need blue. Ooh, this blue. I like the fact that I have, on some of these, because these are mostly jelly prints or just sloppy painty papers. But I like the fact that they, okay, that's not right, because this is supposed to be lower. I like the fact that they're all kind of, mine aren't solid colors all the way. Okay, mine's going to be a little different. I'm making it my own. Now I need orange. Might be able to get the sun out of this. And I have a black background. He had a white background. I love this. And it gives me a chance to use my Stabilo, which I have missed. All right, this is the watercolor paper, so I'm going to take this one too. Okay. Actually, it's a little too big. Oh, this is cool looking too. This would be a cool looking quilt. You could do, one of the guys that my husband goes out to lunch with, like once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, his daughter is a quilter. And she took a bunch of quilts to a schoolroom and was talking about them and did a little production. And she sent pictures of them to her dad. And then her dad sent them to me because he knows I'm a quilter. And I was like, tell her to keep it up. But this would make, she had some great art quilts. One of them was a fish because he's an avid fisherman. This almost looks like, you know, a chart for the periodic table of elements. How they just have like 2 letters. Even though you only have to have 2 letters for all of this anymore. Is there a mineral that's Ca? Calcium? Is calcium in it? I don't know. Except for the Ca, this would make a great quilt. You could do all of this quilting in different directions or different kinds of stitching. In the negative space, you could do something different. Oh, I really like this. I think these are going to be quilt ideas more than anything. And I'm not against that. I've seen a lot of quilts that look like these papers over the years. Oh, there's something, the simplicity of it. The blank space. That one's a little wet. I'm afraid to do anything funky here. I really like these. Simplistic, but it just goes to show you that sometimes simple is attractive. I was listening to another art talk on YouTube somewhere, and this guy who's from Barbados, I think he was from Barbados, lives in New York now, but originally from Barbados. He was talking about Mark Rothko, and he was an immigrant from Mark Rothko. At the time, it was Russia. His family came over here, I think, between World War I and World War II. Don't quote me on that. But he came later. I think he was the youngest child, and he came a few years later before World War II started. But they ended up in Portland. They came through Ellis Island. But this kid, he was in his 40s, but I called him a kid. He was saying that Mark Rothko, a lot of his paintings, as simple as they are, even though they're not simple, were about fleeing your country. I'm like, what? I never knew that. And moving away from tragedy, moving away from war. I'm like, wow, that still resonates, obviously, today. Could be me making these next week right now at the rate we're going. But he committed suicide. I did not know that either. What, at 60, I think he was 66, committed suicide. I'm like, wow, I did not know that. I like his stuff. I'm not as big a fan of his as I am like Jasper Johns from the same, well, Jasper Johns isn't quite, I think Jasper Johns was a tiny bit ahead after him. But if you look at his work, it looks extremely simple unless you get up, and then you see there's layers and layers and layers of colors under those 2 colors or 3 colors. And they seep out around the edges. So the black seeping out around these edges are pouring out of this one, pouring through this one. This is something, I'm not used to not putting stuff all over the place, and I'm not used to lots and lots of layers. I haven't done stuff like this in a long time, but I don't hate it, I have to say. I'm not, well, that's not the right word. I'm not bored by it. It's intriguing to take something so simple, and it's not exactly like his. It is a little bit different because I don't want to copy it. I just want to be inspired by it and moved by it. And they are all a little bit different. But I have to say, yum. And fun. Rays of fun. That's all I got to say. Rays of fun. And thinking on a different wavelength. Rays and waves. Oh! Could you do these in waves? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Stop. Stop. Okay. I gotta go put my glue sticks away. There's a pile of paper on the floor that you can't see that fell yesterday that I still haven't picked up. So, thanks for watching. I'm going to go watch the Osprey again and see what kind of... Ooh, there's a massive glare on this book. Ooh, has that been there the whole time? It is a glossy book. Oh, man.